I'd consider that a good gym workout. I pick up a truck full of firewood. I'm out there in the snow. Wasn't the easiest workout today, but got a nice load. My name is Scott Dickerson. I'm the founder of Alaskan Viking Company. I'm a lifelong Alaskan. I live in Homer, Alaska. And today I want to show you a little bit of video and some explanations about cutting firewood. I got my fresh little stack of firewood here behind me, and I'm going to show you some things about splitting and cutting it up that I've learned over my years of cutting firewood. A lot still to learn, but here's a few tips. One thing I like to do, a little technique that maybe you all know about or maybe you'll find useful, is when I'm cutting rounds on the ground out here. Under this snow is gravel, so I want to be careful obviously not to hit it with my chainsaw. So I'll pull the logs out of the truck and lay them on top of stuff just to keep them off the ground a little bit. And then I'll cut almost all the way through, starting from the thick end of the tree, so that if I end up with a little funny waste piece, it's at least smaller diameter. So I start at the thick end, mark my roughly 16-inch sections, and then cut almost all the way through, and then roll the log over, and then you just have to cut that remainder a little bit, and you're not risking hitting the rocks or anything with your chainsaw tip, cutting all the way down through in the first single pass. So other than that, not much to it. Even though I have a wood splitter, hydraulic, with a 6 horsepower, still some of this wood is so dry and beautiful. It's actually all beetle kill spruce. You can see the marks from the beetles. So it died years ago from the beetles killing the bark layer, and then it's been standing dead ever since. So it gets really nice and dried out. And so for a guy like me who doesn't have very much wood storage, as much as I want, it's really nice to get this beetle kill spruce that's standing dead and super dry. Some of it, when it's super dry, it's super easy to split too if it's not too knotty, and a lot of it has really good check marks in it. You can see, not that one, but a lot of them have really good big checks in them, so they're already partially split, makes it easy. So some of you may know this, but I'm going to go ahead and tell the people that don't. A few things about splitting wood is, one, to have a nice heavy large piece of wood to put your wood you're splitting on is nice. This is not a very large heavy one, but it was what I have around. Short is nice, so that your swing, you have a lot of momentum coming down before you hit the wood. And when you're laying the wood on your block to split it, I always take a glance at it, and if there's already a check mark, a crack forming, I will usually put that towards me, or away from me. And then with my first hit of the splitting maul, if the check is away from me, I usually try and come in at about half my axe width on the edge. And the closer you are to the edge, the easier it splits the log. I don't exactly know the physics of this, but I can tell you if you hit the middle, you're a lot less likely to have a successful split than if you're on the very edge. And if you're right in line with the existing crack, all the better. It'll pretty much always blow them up. So talk about this axe. I know a lot of people buy really nice axes. I don't have any really nice axes, but I gotta say I really like this one. It's inexpensive. It's made by Fiskars. I think I got it from Amazon. Up here in Alaska, we order most things from Amazon because of the free shipping. And I don't know much about the steel on it. It seems okay. I've heard people complain about them not being a very good steel, but honestly, it's served me plenty well. I've had it for about 5 years now. I don't split a lot of wood by hand, but I'm happy with it. The shape of it's good. I like the good flare on it. But what I like the most about it, besides its low cost, is it's super light. All the weight is on the head, which is nice. It has a really nice shaped handle, and it's hollow in the back. Super light. I love that. And having all the weight, it's just nicely balanced. The weight is up front near the head, and it swings super nice. It's got a nice long handle, and this really big flare on the back makes it super nice to swing. I usually swing and pretty much just let go and let my hand slide to the end, and it catches there, and that way I don't have to keep a good grip on it, and I don't ever lose the end of the maul when I'm splitting. So I'll split a couple. Try not to knock the tripod over. See how this one goes. A little bit faster with this nice wood just to split it by hand than with the hydraulic splitter until you get one like this. Another thing is if what's going on here is I got a knot on this end. I was trying to split here. It's pretty hard to split down to a knot, so I'll turn a piece like that over and split from the knot side, and that'll usually do it. Here's a few thoughts on swinging a maul. I know everybody's got an opinion on this after they've split 1 or 2 pieces of wood, but here's what I've developed over the years that I like. I usually start, before I swing, I start in this position with the maul like this. One hand at the back, my left hand, and this one right up near the front. And then I would call it a roundhouse, where I start here and I let the maul go back. I get momentum started here. And as it goes back, I swing my hand down, so it's like, and then I have my whole body bending forward at this point, and I'm using my core to throw the axe around in the radius. So I swing it down, and then I lunge my body forward, and this is where the power comes, is right here when you're pushing your torso down and the axe is extended behind you. It gets a lot of momentum in that spot, and then as it's going down, I'm just letting it fall. I'm not really pushing it down into the wood. All my power is coming in this back part right there, and then I just let it fall. And also it enables, I feel like I have good control over it at this point because I'm not forcing it down. I'm just adjusting it as it falls. Of course, that one wasn't very good. And it also works really good after you hit. Oftentimes I just let it lay down, kind of flip it down. As I get more and more tired, I get more lazy, and start over. Every swing starts up here, that way I get the momentum started. Didn't line up with the check in that one. Little tiny check mark there. Another thing is if you lay the axe on the piece you're splitting and then get your feet in the right position, I'm set up for success because I know where my body needs to be to have the axe fall right there. So I get my back and forward position sort of roughed in. Flip this one over. Set my axe on it. Boom. Some of these are splitting really easy. Here's another funny trick I've learned is when I have a partial split and the axe head is in there, I'll reach up and grab the wood and then use my hip to spin the axe head and it pries the piece open. And if you've got a piece that's mostly split but still hanging together a little bit, often I'll just leave it and see how lucky I am. Sometimes if you hit right in the center of a partially split piece, you can get 4 at once. Didn't quite hit it, but and it also sits on your piece a little bit better. It's more stable. Take one more. Tell you what, nothing feels as good as splitting wood when it's dry. I would say the main thing about this splitting technique is really focusing the energy into this part. That's where you get your momentum and force, and then let the axe head fall. Okay, should be enough. Put you guys to sleep.